Welcome to this edition of Channel 97 News.
We come to you today from Miss Kling's art room, and here's a look at just some of the stories you will see on today's show.
We take a look at what Oakville students are doing to help those in need.
We go behind the stage to check on Oakville students who have a little drama in their future.
We visit with a handful of Oakville teachers who know each other better than you might think. We'll have all that and much more on today's edition of Channel 97 News.
And it all starts right now.
Welcome back to Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News. I'm Madison Dodge.
And I'm Ashley Olson. Our first story looks at alternative education in the Melville School District.
Most people hear the term alt schools, like Scope, and they tend to think of the bad kids, the dummies, the druggies, and the dropouts. However, the Melville School District tends to much more than that when it comes to alternative education.
A lot of people think that all the kids that go to Whistle are like, bad kids and all that, and I mean, they're really not. It's just that we're just like everyone else in this school. We're trying to graduate so we can get our diploma and move on to whatever it is we want to do in our future.
You have students that are struggling academically to students that are potential valedictorians.
Generally, they're sent here because they weren't successful in a traditional classroom. More and more, we're seeing kids that are just looking for a different change, a different way to do school.
Kids go to Scope for a variety of reasons. There's the suspension program, Missouri option program for kids who want their immediate GED, a credit recovery program, and a program for expelled students. However, alt schools do things a bit differently.
Alt Academy was founded for students who were not traditionally successful in a regular environment, just to provide different options and different opportunities.
Well, the reason I'm at the Whistle Alt Academy over at Melville is because I simply don't do well in a normal classroom.
The curriculum at these schools are created to help these kids succeed.
The classes are aligned so that they are exactly the same as what is offered over at Melville and Oakville, but they're presented in a little bit different way because obviously we're in a blended classroom. But I think that because we have so many opportunities to work one-on-one with students, maybe we have some more time to give practical applications and examples and how they can apply it to the real world.
The main difference is our curriculum is entirely online, so it's accessible from anywhere. You don't fall behind as you would in a traditional classroom.
The stats prove alt schools' success. Senior counselor Chris Ventimiglia says that 14 to 15% of the 2014 graduating class will have obtained credits from Scope and other alt schools.
I've had kids reach out to me who have graduated and then gone on to college, and they've come back to me and said their virtual programs that they worked on at home through the Alternative Academy prep them just as well as being in a traditional classroom.
Since the second semester of my junior year, and it's worked pretty well. I'm making straight A's and B's, a C or two, but other than that, it's really salvaged my GPA.
So don't be so quick to judge. You may be seeing these kids at graduation and beyond. With Adam Rowland filming, I'm Joe Keller for Channel 97 News.
Fighting cancer can be one of the most difficult things any person has to face. Here's a story about several Oakville students who are fighting back.
Two OHS alums, Brett Barczewski and Corey Bryant, were recognized on February 21st at the boys' senior night basketball game because they are fighting cancer.
Tigers Fight Back is a campaign that leadership started this year. It's like the first year we've ever done it, and we plan to make it a yearly foundation to where people will donate money throughout the whole year and collect funds and stuff like that. And then each year we'll pick a couple alumni or community to use the money to give to.
Leadership student Taylor Paulzak came up with the idea of Tigers Fight Back.
It was a really cool experience, especially to do it with my friends. And I just met Corey tonight, but I've known Brett like my whole life, so it was like really like emotional to like know that like we're here for them and like we're fighting with them and they're not on their own. Like they have their whole like alma mater behind them.
This is the first time Tigers Fight Back is happening. Leadership has raised over $3,000, and they plan on fundraising throughout the year.
I think it's wonderful what the school is doing for me and Brett, you know, the staff and the students, people we don't even know. It's a wonderful thing.
The thing that I think is neatest about Tigers Fight Back is that kids thought of it. A teacher didn't come up with the idea and say, hey, why don't you all do this? I think that that's really important, and I think that it gets more kids involved. The other thing that I really like about it is it's something that's going to go on. The whole goal behind it is to not just be, hey, this class is going to do it. The class of 2014, the juniors 2015. You know, it's not this group. They want to make it an inaugural or an annual deal where this is the inaugural year.
Tigers Fight Back will continue fighting for Corey and Brett on April 11th at the Mr. OHS contest. With Annalise Richter, I'm Marwa Tagliati for Channel 97 News.
The OHS Drama program performed its spring play last week. For the seniors, it was their last high school production, but for some, it was only just the beginning. Here's the story.
Several seniors were involved in the production of this year's spring play. Many have been involved in drama for years. This is their story.
7th and 8th grade, we did shows at Oakville Middle School, and I was actually the lead in my 8th grade play, which was called Comic Book Artist. I had small roles in Seussification, Romeo and Juliet, and I Hate Shakespeare, just crew for all of them. And then outside of school, I've also done the Queen of All Saints Good Friday shows.
I was on crew for Little Women. That was my first year doing something. Then I went to I Hate Shakespeare, in which I was a witch. Curious Savage, I was Fairy May. Then there was Mousetrap, I was Miss Casewell. Then there was Sakana Merriam-Webster. Macbeth, I was the witch, and now I am a witch.
Freshman year, I did Little Women. Sophomore year, we did I Hate Shakespeare and Curious Savage. Junior year, it was Mousetrap, and then 2 plays in the spring, Take 5 and The Arrivals, and then Macbeth last semester, and now this play. All but Curious Savage I was cast, and a couple of them I did some spot work as well.
What you may not know is that several seniors plan to pursue theater after high school.
Next year I'm going to be a freshman at SEMO, and I'm majoring in theater technology and design, which I'm really excited about. Ideally, at some point I'd like to work on a traveling Broadway show, because I hate New York City, and it would be cool to travel around the country working on the same show in different theaters, or it would be really cool to design a concert tour.
There's auditions in St. Louis all the time for like TV shows and movies and all sorts of stuff, so I'll definitely be going through there and be like, put me in your movie, please.
I'm actually going to SCAD, the Savannah College of Art and Design for college, and I'm going to be studying performing arts there.
They're real go-getters and they're real motivated, and I think that they will they'll do really well with whatever they choose to do. They've got great communication skills, which is what makes them great parts of the theater company, whether that's on stage or backstage. You have to work together and be able to communicate really well what your vision and your thoughts are. And I think they'll do great things. My tagline has always been, go forth, be dramatic, shake things up. So I hope that they go and make their mark.
We would like to wish these 3 seniors and all other seniors good luck in their future studies. With Jake Lapina behind the camera, I'm Jackie Dreppard for Channel 97 News.
Today's edition of Channel 97 News is sponsored by Antidote Media Solutions, located in downtown St. Louis.
This past weekend, the Golden Girls traveled to Orlando, Florida to compete in the National Dance Alliance Championship. The girls took 8th out of 17 teams in the large jazz competition, scoring an 8.86 out of 10. In the large team performance, they took 5th out of 14 teams with an 8.75. This was the first time the Golden Girls competed in the NDA National Championships. To send both groups to the finals is a tremendous accomplishment. Congratulations, Golden Girls. OHS has several talented student musicians. Here's a story about one who ranks right at the top of the list.
The name Donald Raven is very popular among the band community, but what made him interested in band in the first place?
I was interested in band when I saw the flute in 2nd grade. It just like wanted me to play it for some reason. On average, if I have like time, I usually practice for an hour to an hour and 30 minutes, but sometimes that hour just drags on and on. I am currently first chair of the Wind Symphony here at Oakville, and I just basically help the flute section just make sure I play on time and then make sure everybody else plays on time as well.
Maybe there's some specific flute things that he's aware of that I'm not aware of, alternate fingerings, trill fingerings, and so he shares that information with his peers and with his colleagues.
Last year I made All Suburban and I made All State Honorable Mention. And then what you do is you prepare music ahead of time, like sometimes months in advance, and then you proceed to the All Suburban tryouts, and then you continue on to All State.
Band is not only a hobby for Donald. He plans to make a career out of it.
I definitely want to major in flute performance and definitely something in music, but I also want to do something in politics as well, so.
Congratulations, Donald, on all of your success. With Nicole Carey and Jacob King, I'm Amanda Lupke for Channel 97 News.
Here's a story about some OHS teachers who bring more than lesson plans to the job.
This is Miss Karen Toretta. She has been a math teacher at OHS for 6 years. She has many friends at OHS, but there is one person here that is more than just a friend. Miss Gross is Miss Toretta's daughter.
They're pretty shocked when they find out that she's my mom. Hair's different, name's different. So, yeah, they kind of look at me like, you know, they think we talk about you guys at home. We really don't. We have other things to talk about. Best part about working with her is really just kind of knowing that she's here. The past couple years have been kind of rough with my family. We lost my dad, and so just kind of knowing that she was here, and if we were having a rough day, kind of could see her at any time.
Awkward thing when I came to OHS was that I felt like the kid, and I felt as if my daughter was my mom because I knew where nothing was. I kept getting lost, and I got so confused over, you know where 235 and 236 are? I had no idea how to get there. Of the job she does. It's also really neat to just be in the same space and to occasionally get to see her. But I'm extremely proud of what she does because she does a job I couldn't do.
Miss Toretta isn't the only one with a daughter at OHS. Mr. Richard Kling, a tech ed teacher at OHS, is the father to an OHS art teacher, Miss Amy Kling.
Having her here and working with her daily is one of the biggest thrills I as a parent can experience. It's because we share similar experiences, we share similar backgrounds, we share a similar career.
The funny stories was that my dad or Mr. Kling came into my room, and after he left, somebody asked who that was, and I said, "Oh, that was my dad." And they asked, like, "Well, why is he here?" And I'm like, "Well, he teaches here," and so they didn't know that. And then I guess somebody else had him for a teacher and asked if that was my husband, and I said, "Ew, no way." So
for Miss Toretta, Miss Gross, and the Klings, life at OHS really is one big happy family. With Anna Kramer, I'm Madison Dodge for Channel 97 News.
And now it's time for another commentary from Robbie Abradovic.
Hey Grandpa, check out my cool new selfie.
Oh God, back in my day, people went to the bathroom to take dumps, not pictures.
Technology has advanced greatly over our lives, and yet people still find stupid things to do with it. You can do amazing things on your phone, like donate to a charity, develop amazing games, navigate your way out of a freaking forest. So how on God's earth does duck facing become a priority?
Perfect.
And to top it off, spring break is approaching. That magical time of year where every young person journeys to the beach in search of the perfect selfie. That's not even the worst of it. Social networks have done nothing but promote this ridiculous behavior. Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram have ruined the art of photography for me, and I won't even get started on Vine.
How to make the perfect vine.
Jump cut! Jump cut! Jump cut!
Jump cut. The end.
Just remember, what you put out there is out there for anyone to use for any purposes they want. We even had an assembly about this. And remember, I'm Robbie Obradovic with Joe Keller, and thanks for listening, Oakville.
Well, that wraps up today's edition of Channel 97 News. We hope that everyone enjoys the upcoming spring break.
We also hope that you watch our broadcast on myohsonline.com. Just click on the Channel 97 tab. Thanks for watching today's show. I'm Ashley Olson.
And I'm Madison Dodge. Remember, Oakville, keep your eyes on the Tigers.